After 5 months, the United Nations has finally acknowledged the systematic mass rape and sexual torture of Israeli women by Hamas on October 7th in a new report. It also raised serious concerns that the sexual violence is ongoing against the hostages still being held by Hamas. Let's take a look at the report. A United Nations report has found clear and convincing evidence of rape and sexual torture being committed by Hamas against Israelis during the October 7th massacre. Special Representative on Sexual Violence and Conflict Pramila Patten announced the findings on Monday. She and her team led a 17-day visit to Israel last month to gather, analyze, and verify allegations of sexual violence. The team also found there was cruel, inhuman, and degrading treatment against hostages and raised serious concerns that such violence may be ongoing against those still being held by Hamas, and called for the immediate release of the hostages.
We also found that there are reasonable grounds to believe that conflict-related sexual violence, including rape and gang rape, occurred during the 7th of October attacks in at least 3 locations, namely the Nova Music Festival site and its surroundings, Road 232, and Kibbutz Reim. And in most of these incidents, victims were first subjected to rape and then killed, and at least 2 incidents relate to the rape of women's corpses.
The mission team also found a pattern of victims, mostly women, found fully or partially naked, bound, and shot across multiple locations. The team said it believes the true prevalence of sexual violence during the 7th of October attacks and their aftermath may take months or years to emerge and may never fully be known. Israeli ambassador to the UN, Gilad Erdan, addressed the 193 UN General Assembly and said they should be ashamed.
This week, the world will mark International Women's Day. Next week, the Commission on the Status of Women will convene to discuss the challenges that women face worldwide. Yet this year, the UN and UN Women's silence in the face of Hamas sexual violence turned International Women's Day into a sick joke. This is the peak of the UN's hypocrisy. Yet, as we speak, right now, Israeli women are being raped and abused by Hamas terrorists. Where is the UN's voice? Where is your voice? Over the past 5 months, there has not been even one single discussion here dedicated to the well-being of the hostages. Not one debate focused on the sexual violence perpetrated by Hamas. Not one UN panel on the rape and crimes against Israeli women. The UN should be ashamed of its silence.
Israeli Foreign Minister Israel Katz condemned the United Nations on Monday night and announced he was recalling Israel's ambassador to the UN for immediate consultations regarding the attempt to silence the serious UN report on the mass rapes committed by Hamas and its aides on October 7th. He further called out UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres, saying that despite the authority granted to him, the UN Secretary General did not order the convening of the Security Council in view of the findings. He called on him to declare Hamas organization a terrorist organization and impose sanctions on its supporters.